that? I mean, it's a pretty simple game when you give up 90 points to their starters, 56 points in the paint, and 17 offensive boards for 28 points. That's a tough way to try to win a game. Give them credit. Jonko was great the other night, bounced back from the other game, but we didn't control really any of those three players that scored. But the rebounding was a huge concern, and when Elena went out, I thought that she did a terrific job in game one on Jonko on the boards, and it went out the door. So we got to do it the hard way. Questions?
Mike, last row to your left.
Hey, Mike G. Wong, Washington Post. Is there an update on Elena's status that you know at the moment?
She's going to get an MRI tomorrow on her back. It looked good, so we'll see. See what the MRI says and treatment tomorrow. And the only good thing, I didn't look forward to having 4 days between games, but right now that looks like a benefit that we didn't have at the start of the series. We'll see, but I have no idea right now. We won't have anything probably for a couple days till we see, what the tests show and what treatment looks like. But it wasn't good. She, on the very first layup that she went up for, it grabbed on her and she came down and just immediately said, "Give me a sub."
Our next two questions will be third row center.
Coach, could you talk a little about what you saw in Tiana Hawkins tonight?
Well, we saw somebody come off the bench and give us a lift. That's the Tiana we had earlier in the season. We needed that tonight. Her confidence was good. Our bench, scored 50 points. I mean, that's a big plus for us. She and Emma and Ariel did a good job getting us back in the game. We just couldn't get stops in the last 4 minutes. And, we had a tough shooting night with a couple other people.
Mike, also third row center.
I have two questions. First, if Elena had any problems with her back yesterday, what might have happened, and if she felt
Not so much yesterday. I mean, she's just had kind of ongoing late in the season, just tightness, and we've been able to treat it, and it's responded pretty well, and she's been okay. But it's the one nightmare I've had for the last month is, seeing her lying on her back. I watched that in 2015 when she was in Chicago, and it wasn't a good sight for them, and it wasn't a good sight for me now. So, I don't know. I mean, I don't even know what to tell you about it right now, other than it is, an injury, and we're going to figure it out.
The second question is, Alyssa Thomas has played the full 80 minutes, and I've seen that you've thrown a bunch of different looks at her, but she's had her way in the paint.
Yeah, I mean, she's a bully in the paint, and she's learned that that's her game. She has a pretty incredible touch for a player that just kind of floats it up there, and the ball bounces around and goes in a lot for her. It's something that she's perfected. Some of it's come because of her injuries. She's had to learn to do things a little differently. But it's frustrating that somebody at that size is out working people because she gets tips. She can't even fully extend, and she's still getting offensive rebound tips. That's sheer will right now. And the question, for my team is, do you want to match that to win on Sunday, or do you want to give in? And right now, today, their will was greater. They came out with a great sense of purpose. I thought we got deflated a little bit when Elena went out, and it took us too long to recover from that and say, okay, we can still win this. I commend us for getting back in the game, but the ending with them was frustrating because it looked a lot like the second quarter.
Mike, second row to your left.
Coach, after game one, you had said that some things needed to be fixed, that they were fixable. After tonight's game, outside of...
We got a lot to fix after tonight.
Okay.
Rebounding being one. That would be the first place to go. I thought we let Courtney Williams get off to a good start again, and we need to look at how we defend her a little better. I thought we pressured her a little bit better today, but she still made some tough shots. I mean, they made some threes with a hand in their face, and give them credit too. Part of it sometimes isn't what you do, it's how well they play too. And you know, we didn't play our best basketball, but they played their best basketball tonight.
Mike, standing to your right.
Coach, I know you were able to, with Elena in game one, you were able to throw three bigs at them at times. How much of not being able to do that do you think impacted that battle on the glass in particular?
I think it impacts it. I mean, Elena herself is one of the better defensive rebounders in the league. The other night, you're not going to hold Jonquil off the whole series, but she got 0 in that game. And if you watch the tape, Elena was almost textbook in her blockouts on Jonquil. Tonight, I thought we were trying to rebound with our head under the rim, and you don't get very many defensive rebounds that way. If you're pushed under and you're standing, you're basically having to reach behind you to rebound. That's not a good position to be in. And I thought that was, we played the big lineup a little bit differently with Emma and Tiana and Toya, but it's just a different. You took the MVP out of the lineup. It's different.
Mike, third row to your left.
Mike, you obviously, there's a lot unknown with Elena, but you have in your own career a model for this, having gone through a finals with injured Lindsay Whalen.
Yeah, that didn't work out so good.
It didn't work out.
So what's the point?
Are there lessons you can take from that and what you experienced there and implementing this time around?
I think it's a little bit different in that, Lindsay was our point guard, and, that made a bigger impact on our team in the sense that our offense started with her. We still have our point guards, but, what Elena does is take pressure off of other people because it stretches the defense. I think it was encouraging that Tiana stepped up tonight and made them pay. I do truly believe that you can win games like this in this situation. If Elena doesn't play, but you have to play perfect in the fundamentals in the sense. You might miss some shots, you might turn it over occasionally, but you can't give up the extra possessions. I mean, it's a 4-point game, but at the end of the game, they end up taking 12 more shots on us because of the offensive rebounds. I thought we did a good job of taking care of the ball for most of the night, but 84 shots to 72 is hard for us to overcome. We usually rely on getting a few more. Now, it's made up a little bit of difference in, a couple free throw difference, but that right there, if you give them that many possessions, you're playing with fire.
Mike, third row to your right.
Coach, this isn't the first time you have had to play without Elena. Did you address it at all with the team in a stoppage or at halftime, or bring it up, or
No.
try and get it?
What I addressed at halftime was, are you going to feel sorry for yourself or are you going to play? And, I thought our defense was terrible in the second quarter. I thought we showed them a clip. There was a sequence, loose ball in front of their bench. They hustled for it. Alyssa Thomas dove and saved it from going out of bounds. They picked the ball up off the floor, and Jasmine drove with a few seconds on the shot clock, basically uncontested down the lane. And it was that sort of thing that we talked about at halftime. Is that it doesn't matter who's out there right now. Do you want to make a defensive effort? And we came out and did that. In the third quarter, we held them to 17 points in the third quarter, and we looked like our Mystics team defensively. But we couldn't sustain it to the end, and I left people out there a long time, but they did too. And at the end, Jonquil Jones came in and made a difference when the game was close, when they brought her back in.
Mike, thank you.
All right, thanks.